Outside is I cannot hear myself.
You can turn him up. You can just turn him.
Not the overall, the only monitors. Put it up. No, it's okay. I think something to do from there. Better little bit.
Om Shrim Him Klim Ram Glom Ganapataye Varavarada Sarvajanam Me Vardhamanaye Swaha Om Shrim Him ग्लां ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरदधर्वजनं मे वसमानये स्वाहा ॐ त्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लां ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरदधर्वजनं मे वसमानये स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिह बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिह बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिह बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ गणाम्बिकायै विद्महे महातपायै धीमहि तन्नो गौरी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गा ओम नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम वज्रणकाय विद्महे तीर्थदण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा मित्रा नामधेयस्य जन्मदिनमुहूर्त
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
We welcome you to our broadcast this morning from Vishnu Temple. We hope those who are looking online will enjoy as much as we are enjoying here. And may the good Lord bless each and every one of you. It's coming up to the beautiful period of Navratri, and let us prepare ourselves for that very beautiful occasion. It ends in Sri Ram Navami, which is the following Friday. And after that is, of course, Hanuman Jayanti, which is on the 5th of April. With all these things in mind, we try to see how we can put our thoughts to that divine entity. Sometimes your mind will go, that's fine, but try as much as possible for the time that you are here to see whether you can connect with the divine. Asangoham, 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 pudah pudah. Satchidananda Rupoham,
Satchidananda Rupoham,
Ahameva Hamavyaham,
Ahameva Hamavyayam.
Let the tones of the violin take you far away from here. Into the dark recesses of space where nothing exists. And that's what we are, nothing. Nadharmadishtosmi Nachatmavedi. As you are saying it, please look at the translation for those who don't understand it, so you can get a feel of this prayer, a beautiful prayer. Sharanagati, surrender. Nadharmadishtosmi Nacha Atmavedi Na Bhaktivatva Charanadavilde Akincha Ananya Gati Sharanya Tvatpadamulam 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 Sharanam Prapadye. We pray to the Guru of this universe, Lord Shiva. Guru Surya hai, Chand Guru hai.
Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
Guru Surya hai, Chand Guru hai.
Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
Guru hai Purna Prakash.
Guru hai Purna Prakash.
violin is playing, the tabla is playing with the violin, you must feel that ananda. Ananda means bliss. And when you feel that bliss, then you are at the optimum of concentration. That is when the meditator and the meditation, or the meditation and the meditator, all is dissolved into one. So when this music is playing, let us enjoy it and let us feel that bliss, that peace. That is what we are. We are that peace, we are that bliss. What we think we are something else. And that is where the problem lies. Guru Surya hai, Chanda Guru hai.
Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
Guru hai Purna Prakash.
Guru hai Purna Prakash.
Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara. Bolo
Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara.
Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara.
Oh Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara
You can only project in this world what is inside you. Believe me. You can only project what is inside you. You cannot project something that is not inside you, and you cannot imagine for you to project something that is good within, that is good. Goodness has to be inside of us. To err is everybody? Human. But when the intention and errors, we forgive. But when the intent is there to harm, it's difficult to forgive the intention. Am I clear or am I ambiguous? Is everybody, are we on the same page? When the intent is there, that I have this in my mind, that I will do this. Errors, we all commit. From time to time, we run red light, we do all sorts of things, we shout at people, we are nasty to people. This happens at the spur of the moment. But when it is your intention, you see, I don't know about over here, but in Guyana, when they say the murderer had intention to kill, it is different than when he killed because he got into anger or something else. With the intention. And for us to get to that aspect of life where it does not matter what befalls us, we can enjoy our lives quietly. Because you must remember that silence is one of the greatest virtues that we can develop in life. A lady came to, let us say, someone else, to a saint, let us say. And she said to the saint, it's nice for you to say that life is beautiful. To say life is beautiful, it's nice to say that life is beautiful. But, oh saint, you can say life is beautiful, but for me, I only have 3 months to live. And of course, she was crying and miserable. And you know what the saint replied to her? That's great. You know you have 3 months to live, so live your life every day as if it is the last day and enjoy it. What happens to us, the tragedy of life, is that the tragedy of life is not that ultimate death, but what dies within us when we are still alive. What dies within us while we are alive? Kindness dies within us while we are alive. Kindness dies within us while we are alive. Sympathy and empathy dies within us while we are alive. I'm telling you this a fact. But when you know you only have 3 months to live or 1 month to live, and you live it to the best of your ability, and you make use of every single day, you do all that you're supposed to do, whatever is on your, what list? What list they call it? I just want to know whether you all are paying attention, that's what I'm asking. Whatever is on your bucket list, you do it. And you spend every cent, and you run up your credit card to the limit because you know you don't have to pay it. It doesn't matter what the interest is. Forget about that. You mortgage your house, you work, and live life. The tragedy of life is not that the ultimate death comes to us, but what dies within us while we are still alive. Please, this is so important for us to understand. That woman will write to the saint. In India, there's a thing called postcard, which she writes every week. Swamiji, I am still alive, every week. And she continued writing that for 7 years. 7 years. You know why? The biochemistry of our whole being changed. That happiness, that joy, instead of that sadness and sorrowfulness, all changed. And because the biochemistry changed, so the cancer cells changed. And when the cancer cells changed, it's not that she was cured forever, but it took a long time. It took a long time before the cancer caught up on her and gave her 7 good years of life, because she was living every day as if it is the last day. Let us not let these things bother us. And for those of us who are not yet sentenced, we don't know what will happen tomorrow, right? We should try to get into that bliss. Try to get into that joy. And to get into that joy, then you have to be going to something, 3 things. Tap, swadhyay. Tap means penance. Penance means you go and you look at the 8 limbs of yoga, and what the 8 limbs of yoga says: yam, niyam, asana, pranayam, pratyahara, and dharana. So all this we do to get into this state of bliss. These are the 8 limbs of the yoga of Patanjali. But the 7th one is dharana is one. Dharana means focus. Dharana, get into that state of bliss, that state of tapasya, focus. Nandi is in front of Lord Shiva, and he sits there just looking at the Lord. What is he doing there? Focusing. When that dharana comes, when that focus comes, and when that focus comes in such a way that you melt, the idol and the ideal becomes one. And when you melt with it, then dhyana comes. And dhyana is meditation, absorption. When yourself and the lingam or the murti becomes one, and then ultimately you go to what? Samadhi. And samadhi is the bliss of life. The tragedy of life is not that the ultimate death comes to us. The tragedy of life is that what dies within us every day. I say it again, because in us what dies every day, love dies in us every day. Sympathy dies in us every day. Bliss dies in us every day. What grows within us? Hate grows within us. Enmity grows in us. All these things grows within us. And you know what? You know who goes to a doctor? People who are sick, right? You know who comes to temple? People who need to have these things done. They need to do this. We all need this. That's why you come to temple. Not because you're good. You're not good into your shoes because you come to temple. You come to temple because you want to enjoy that anandam. Anandoham, 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 anandoham. Bolo! Allah Namami Shamishana Nirvana Rupam. That's a beautiful prayer we say to Lord Shiva. But in the 7th shloka of that prayer, it consists of 8 shlokas. In the 7th shloka of that prayer, it says, Dayavad Umanat Padaravillam Bhajalti Haloke Parevanaranam Nayavad Natavat Sukham Shanti Santapanasham Prasida Prabhosa Vabhuta Divasa Namami Shamishana Nirvana Rupam. So it is on the screen. Dayavad Umanata Padara Bildam Bhajalti Haloke Parevanaranam Natavat Sukham Shanti Santapanasham Prasida Prabhosan. So the devotees say, till one does not pray to the lotus-like feet of Lord Shiva, men will never get pleasure in life, peace, freedom from all sorrow in this world or the next world. In the whole of the Mahamisha Mishan, this is one of the most important verse. So those of us who do the Mahamisha Mishan or who knows the Mahamisha Mishan, when you come to this verse, please remember, Lord, Sharanagati, let me hold on to your lotus feet. Because if I hold on to your lotus feet, nothing in this world will make me sad. I'll be free from all sorrow, attachment I may have. You see, there's something called pain and there's something called suffering. Pain and suffering, right? Pain, we get joy as you get older. Not younger like me, but as you get older, the bones start to creak. And when the bones creak, you get pain, dark stage. And when you get the pain is there. But you know what is suffering? Suffering is when you keep the pain, not the bodily pain I'm talking about. I'm talking about mental pain. When we keep the mental pains of yesteryear, and more than yesteryear, in our hearts, all the while, that is called suffering. When you do not know when to give up, when you do not know this is enough, I don't want to be part of this, let me move on. But it's difficult for us to move on because the ego within us prevents us from moving on. Why should I move on? Why should I give in? He's not a better man than me. I'm a man too. You know that man and woman here is Homo sapiens I'm talking about. So when you come to this part of the Mahamisha Mishan, Dayavad Umanata Padara Billau Bhajalte Haloke Parevanaranam Natavat Sukham Shanti Santapanasham Prasida Prabhosa Vabhuta Divasa
Shamishan Nirvana Rupam Vibhum Vyapakam Brahmaveda Swarupam.
You see, what I told you about earlier, and you must have forgotten already, to err is human. We can forgive an error, right? But when murder is premeditated, correct me if I'm wrong, when murder is premeditated and the intention to destroy, to kill, to do what is there, you can't forgive that. With the intention. You can't forgive the intention, but you can forgive the error. And all of us know to forgive. We all do error every single day. Some error or not, we do. That is why we pray to that Lord and ask that during this period, Prabhu, while I am alive, was that saying that I had just now? That while you are alive, try to enjoy your life. And enjoy your life in such a way that you would allow anyone to have your remote control in their hands. Remote control means that they make your emotion. They can press the button on you. We all say, I have heard people telling me I would not allow him to have my remote control. I wonder where he got that from. Anyway, the tragedy of life is not that ultimate death. Why do you change it every time? The tragedy of life is not ultimate death, but what dies within you while you are still alive. So you remember the story I tell about the lady who had 3 months to live? There's also, you can Google it, a 97-year-old man. He was living usual life, and he was diagnosed with cancer of the rectum or colon. And that cancer had metastasized, means spread. The cancer had spread. And they told him that he doesn't have much to live and they should operate on him. And he said, you know what, I don't want any operation. It's all in YouTube, these things. And he went on a plant-based diet. And that allowed me to tell you that last night I saw a lady who used to come. She comes to the temple, but now and then. She was diagnosed with stage, this is today's story, this is not yesterday's story, stage 4 cancer of the breast, which means the cancer had spread to her spine, liver, lungs. And this is over a year, more than a year. I'm sure it's more than a year. Mm-hmm. She was quite sick. She had chemotherapy upon chemotherapy. She had radiation. She had all that thing. But whenever you see her, and I talked to her so many times, and whenever you talk to her, she always smiled. I said, you know what she says to me? Doc, I will fight this. I saw her last night dancing here. And this is over 2 years. She had stage 4 breast cancer. I agree. The management of breast cancer at its different stages has greatly been improved, but so many people are still dying of breast cancer. It's one of the heaviest causes of death in women, especially cancer of the lung and cancer of the breast, 2 things in women. But she's here. She is not in a fairy tale book. And you will see her, you will never know that she's sick. Smiling, happy. Sometimes, about a year, 2 years ago, she could not cook. We used, Tej especially used to say, let us send some food for her. Her son used to come here. Let us send some food for her. Let us do this. Let us go and visit her. I don't know what she's listening today, but when I saw her yesterday, I thought in my mind that nothing is greater than a positive mind. Nothing is greater than a positive mind. And with that positivity, I pray to Bhagavan that how long she lives, she must enjoy that positivity and keep on smiling. And this is something that we lack. We always believe that only prayer is good. But we have to pray to have a positive approach in life. We have to pray to enjoy even the difficulties that come to us. And do you think we don't have difficulties? Ratan Tata, you all have heard Ratan Tata. His car business was not doing well. So he contacted Ford in Michigan and went with his group of people to see whether they will take over his motor company. When he went to Ford, at the meeting, the people of Ford, whoever was there, they started to scoff and laugh at him and tell him, you Indians, what do you know about automotive industry? How can you make cars? You from India, what cars can you make? There was a scheduled meeting the next day in Detroit. Ratan Tata decided not to go to that meeting, picked up his people, and went back to India. Time and fortune changes, my dear friends. Not many years after, Ford called him and asked him whether he could take over the Range Rover and Jaguar because they are going under. Ratan Tata says, yes, I will take it over. He said, you sure we can't make it work in North America? He said, give it to me. And then, I don't know how many of you are following this, but Range Rover and Jaguar did extremely well in India. The Ford people came over to India to see how things were going. And Ratan Tata met them, feasted them, dined them, wined them, and everything else, and never mentioned a word about what they told him in Detroit. These are the hallmarks of great men. But people like Gandhi, people like Nelson Mandela, and in all fairness, Ratan Tata acted like a saint. Not many of us will do that. Many of us say, oh, you come now? That's what we are going to say. But these are the hallmarks of a great individual. So if we can live our life and enjoy our life, enjoy the bliss of our life, let us have empathy, sympathy, compassion. Let us help wherever we can. And believe me, all of us can help. Every one of us can help. You know, when the temple of Sri Ram was built, is being built in or nearly finished in Ayodhya, it was going to cost 400 or something crores of rupees, which is many, many millions of dollars. So they decided that they will make a situation where everybody give 11 rupees. 11 rupees is about 25 cents, 30 cents, whatever. So, everybody, 11 rupees. No more than that. And they sent it out to India. Even the beggars, of course, the beggars are richer than the people they beg from in India. Because the beggar parks his Mercedes, and then he goes, and when he goes to beg, an American came. He said, I've seen you before. Have you been to America? He says, no, you must be on my Facebook. And that is why you saw me on my Facebook. So they are high-tech, these beggars in India. Anyhow, everybody gave, and they collected 1,100 and something crore, just on small things. So do not say that all of us can do a little bit. All of us can do a little bit in this world. We can do so many things together, and it is what we must concentrate on. It's a period of Navratri, and I've been talking too long. And please let us remember, Jai Ma, 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 Jai.
Jai
Jaima, 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 Jaima. I first heard it in a place called Dakshineshwar. In the Murti, the Murti of Kali is there, and that is in Calcutta. And when I went there, 4 o'clock in the morning, in January, this great fog, and I was told that you have to go to 4 o'clock for the Aarti. When I went there, there was so many people by 5 o'clock. They opened up the place, Jaima, Jaima. That is the place where Sri Ramakrishna and Vivekananda got their inspiration from the temple of Kali. There is no greater Vedantist than Vivekananda. No greater Vedantist than Vivekananda. Vedantists mean the one who believes in the absolute Brahman. He worshipped there. I want to remind you again, and I've told you the story. Vivekananda's family was doing not too well financially. So he went to Ramakrishna and he asked Ramakrishna, can you pray to the mother and ask her to help us? He said, oh, you go and pray. Vivekananda went and prayed and he came back. And Sri Ramakrishna said to him, did you ask her to help you all? He says, no, I couldn't. When I went there and I saw her majesty, I got lost in it. That is when the meditator and the meditation becomes one. The idol and the ideal is one. And when the meditator and the meditation becomes one, the thinker and the thought becomes one, the worshipper and the worshipped. Got it? The worshipper and the worshipped becomes one. That is known as samadhi. Samadhi is where the worshipper, us, and the worship. So when he went and he was asked, how come? Have you asked? God, have I? Nobody? Whose phone it is? Huh? What can you do? Anyway, where was I? When the worshipper and the worship becomes one, when the meditator and the meditation becomes one, when the thinker and the thought becomes one, and Prakriti and Purush becomes one, you are one with the Lord. So he came back and said, no, I didn't ask. He said, go back again. Vivekananda went again, second, third time. Did you ask? I couldn't. When I go there, I'm lost in the Lord. Vedantists, people who says, Aham Brahmasmi, I am that absolute one, etc., etc. There's no greater Vedantist than Vivekananda. And he goes to the Murti, and yet he could not ask. You know why? Because he does not see the Murti as stone, but he sees the Murti as a living entity of that divine mother, the one who is above everything in this world. And then Ramakrishna told him, okay, I will ask her. And so the story goes, that when you go there, you don't ask for anything. You just thank. You go and see Balaji today. Afterwards, instead of Hanuman Chalisa, I'll do Aarti at 11:30 to Balaji, so that you all can see what Balaji looks like today. So beautifully and immaculately dressed. And it exudes, you can see the Murti is exuding that love, but it's for us to see it. For me to tell you, you go there, oh, I don't see anything. You have, you know what, when you put a plug into the socket, if the plug is rusty, you either can get a short circuiting or the bulb will not light. That right? The plug has to be clean, the socket has to be clean, and when you put the plug into the socket, light comes. When you go in front of the Lord, that light has to come. You have to be, that light have to be effusive all over you. It's not easy. It's easy for me to say it. Difficult for me to do. And difficult for all of us to do, I imagine. But when and if we can get to do this, no one's words, no one's actions, be it evil, bad, hateful to us, will never affect us. Because you know what you have? You have what's called a couch. In Durga part, there's a part when you start with called a couch. Couch, Kilakam, and Argala Stotra. The couch is that shield which is around you, and that shield will always protect us. And Tulsi Ramayana, what did Mother Sita says to Mother Parvati, in the temple of Gauri, she went there, and she was talking to the Divine Mother. It is in Balkand, above Doha, 235. Chopai.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Nahi tap aadi, anta avasana, amit prabhavo, vedo nahi jana.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Bhava bhava pe bhava parabhava, kare Vishwa pe mohani, swapasa bihari.
Oh, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Ambe Maiya.
Oh, Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Ambe Maiya. Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Ambe Maiya.
Jai Durga Maiya, Jai Lakshmi Maiya,
Jai Durga Maiya, Jai Jai Durga Maiya.
Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Ambe Maiya.
Oh, Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Ambe Maiya. Oh, Mangal Bhavan Amangal Hari. Oh, Drava Dasarath Ajir Bihari. Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Ambe Maiya. Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Ambe Maiya.
आपके आदि और अंत का विराम नहीं है. There is no ceasing. That you are the beginning and also the end of everything, O Divine Mother. और उनकी समाप्ति नहीं होती. आपके असीम प्रभाव को वेद भी नहीं जानते हैं. Your mystery, even the Vedas don't know it. Even the Vedas don't know the mystery of you. We worship the Divine Mother in three forms: Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. One is the earth, one is the sun, and the other is the moon. The first one, the earth, tamasic, like the earth, tamasic, inert. The sun, constantly moving, activity, rajas, and the moon in its serenity and coolness is that wisdom, that Mother Saraswati. And when we worship the Mother like this, in the three different forms, one form, you all know this already, no point there. Belabor you with this. First 3 days, you know, is Durga, where you ask for the impurities to be removed from you. The third 3 days, you ask for that light to shine within you. And the last 3 days, for the wisdom to dawn upon you. Everybody, every temple you go to, these three things people know at least. So we come and we fast and we pray for these 9 nights, which are special, because it culminates in Sri Ramnavami. And when Parvati asks that Bhagwan Vishnu, what is the shortest prayer I can say? Because Vishnu Sahasranam is so long. What is that prayer? And what he said? Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasrama Tattulyam. That is a beautiful prayer that he told her that you must say. And the Divine Mother will always protect you. Believe me. Navratri is a very special time. It's a special time that you must make some sacrifice. You can say you're working and you can't come, and you know, and what does Dr. Dubey know? I am working every day, and I finish work at 5 o'clock, and the puja starts at 6 o'clock. You know what? She do not tell us that I will let your heart rest for an hour and don't beat for 5 minutes. 2 minutes. I'll take away the heartbeat for 2 minutes. See what happened. What happened, Brahma? Chalo. At least you don't want Hindi word. And the 4 rewards we are going to get in life is in this chopai.
Ram Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Patit Pavan Sita Ram. Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Patit Pavan Sita Ram.
सब होई सुखारे।
राम सिया राम जय जय राम पतित पावन सीताराम। सिया राम जय जय राम पतित पावन सीताराम।
मोर मनोरथ जानहु नीके, बसहु सदा ओर पोर सब हीके।
राम सिया राम जय जय राम पतित पावन सीताराम।
सिया राम
राम जय जय राम पतित पावन सीताराम।
हे वरदायिनी, हे त्रिपुर के शत्रु शिव जी के प्रिय पत्नी, आपकी सेवा करने से धर्म, अर्थ, काम और मोक्ष सुलभ हो जाते हैं। By praying unto you, O Divine Mother, we get all the four rewards of life: dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, which is religious merit, sensuous enjoyment, liberation. We get all this and all worldly riches through you, O Maya. And you always, what he says, आप मेरे मनोरथ को भली भांति जानती है, क्योंकि आप सदा सबके हृदय रूपी नगरी में बसती है. Beautiful. If you understand Hindi, it's beautiful. It says, O Divine Mother, you know the longing of every heart. You reside in every heart, and you know what every heart wants. So when you come and pray, you don't have to ask. She knows what you want, and she'll give you what you want. Nothing comes easily in life. For a few people it does. If you are Bill Gates' children, it comes easily. But to be Bill Gates, you have to work. You have to work hard. To be Steve Jobs used to walk miles to go to Hare Krishna temple to get food. So nothing comes easily. And don't give your children them easily either, because that's a very big mistake. Let them work. I'm not saying that you can't help. Of course, help. But don't, if you have lots of money, like some of us here, you don't do that, spoil them. So, let us धूमधाम से come and pray to the Divine Mother for the 9 days, the 9 nights. Let us enjoy her. And we are starting on Wednesday.
तूने मुझे बुलाया शिरवालिए, मैं आया शेरवालिए।
तूने मुझे बुलाया शेरवालिए, मैं आया शेरवालिए।
जोता वालिए, पहाड़ा वालिए,
जोता वालिए, पहाड़ा वालिए,
मेहरा वालिए। तूने
सबकी मंजिल तेरा द्वारा।
ऊंचे पर्वत लंबा रास्ता,
ऊंचे पर्वत लंबा रास्ता,
पर मैं रह ना पाया शेरावालिए। मैं आया शेरावालिए। सुने मन में जल गई बाती। सुने मन में जल गई बाती। तेरे पथ में मिल गए साथी।
माँ तेरे पथ में मिल गए साथी।
मुँह खोलूं क्या तुझसे मांगू।
मुँह खोलूं
क्या तुझसे मांगू। बिन मांगे सब पाया शेरावालिए। मैं आया शेरावालिए। ने मुझे बुलाया शेरावालिए। मैं आया शेरावालिए। भाई प्यार से बोलो जय माता दी। सारे बोलो जय माता दी। अरे आते बोलो जय माता दी। अरे जाते बोलो जय माता दी। माँ कष्ट निवारे जय माता दी। माँ पार उतारे जय माता दी। मेरी माँ भोली जय माता दी। भर देती झोली जय माता दी। बोलो जय माता दी, 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 जय माता दी। दरबार की जय।
जयकारा शिरवलिदा।
बोले
बोल
साचे दरबार की जय।
So today I will speak to you about some foods that we should eat, talking about cholesterol, etc. Top foods to unclog arteries naturally and hopefully prevent us from getting early heart attacks. So clogging of the artery, they say, is caused by cream, high-fat cheese and meat, saturated fats and dietary cholesterol. But really, are the unclogging of your fats garlic? Anybody here eat garlic? You eat garlic? Bullish? You eat garlic? Not the garlic that you cook with, the raw garlic. The raw garlic is something not very easy to eat, but if you cut it up in fine chips and you put a little honey in it, you'll be able to eat it. But you have to chew the garlic. You just can't swallow the garlic. You have to chew the garlic. I've told you this before, and I want to remind you again. Many people feel that they can just put the garlic, pop the garlic in their mouth or buy a garlic pill. That is not it. The garlic has to interact with the saliva. The saliva has a special enzyme called ptyalin. That ptyalin reacts with the garlic and produces another substance which I will not inundate you with, and that is what has to be done. So you have to have that burning, and when you eat the garlic, if you eat it properly, you can feel a burning sensation as it goes down into your stomach. Garlic, turmeric, you all know it's already, and turmeric you can get it in the root form and it is in the natural form. That's the way to use the turmeric and not turmeric pill. We should not be believing a pill. Pomegranate, which is very good antioxidant, sesame and flax, walnuts, beet, and leafy vegetables. These are the things we can use. You just don't go to the doctor and see this gentleman there. Just give me a pill. I don't want to do all this exercise. And you can see his size, so that will tell you what kind of people go see the doctor for these things. Next. Cause of clogging of the arteries. It says inflammation. What are the inflammatory processes that cause the in our body? The most things that cause inflammatory process is what? Is S U Sugar. Sugar is what is the cause of the inflammatory processes in our body. I would like to remind you again, you've heard of PET scan? People have heard of PET scan? No? PET scan is a scan of the whole body. If you got a cancer, and if you want to see if the cancer is spreading, they do something called PET scan. It's a whole body scan. And you know what the PET scan, how the PET scan picks up whether the cancer has spread? All it does is see where the sugar is lumped up together. Because cancer cells love sugar. And I told about an old man, but I don't think I completed the story. He was 97, he was 80 something when he was diagnosed with this big spread of cancer. You know what he did? He went on a green leafy vegetable, olive oil, exercise, and all the spread of the cancer had gone. It might be only one case, but I'm telling you what I read. And he was able to do his surgery and live for a very long time. So inflammation is caused by sugar. I see a lady here who makes a lot of the sweetest things that you can have. Buns, pine tart. Stay away from such people. Unfortunately, she makes a good buns. I wonder how I know. Anyhow, so inflammation, oxidative stresses, stress in life, lack of sleep. Lack of sleep is something that you should try to avoid. Try to get a good night's sleep. There's nothing which is more beneficial to you than when you can have a good night's rest. And then what it says, damaged LDL. You remember the last time I told you, LDL, what I call the bad cholesterol, is not bad. Because without LDL, our cells can't be made, our hormones can't be made. But when the LDL is damaged by inflammation, sugar, and oxidative stress, it becomes small VLDL, and that is what penetrates your arteries and causes clogging. LDL is a bad name to give to people. And what causes damage to LDL? There it is. Sugar, grain, vegetable oil. And that's what we cook here at Vishnu Temple. But someone wrote me a note last time that when you offer to the Lord, it converts all the badness to the vegetable oil. Well, if you believe that, then you can offer that eat the vegetable oil. Processed foods. Don't eat anything that is in those plastic containers. Chips. What else we think? Tortilla. Don't eat them. They're not good. Try to avoid them. So many people buy this big can of these all these nice biscuits inside, you know? I was offered it in Guyana when I was there 2 days ago. I said, you eat it, buddy. I don't want it. Process, and even Dr. Ganchi, who was with me, a nephrologist, a professor nephrologist. I said, Azim, you eating processed food? He said, Dr. Dubey, you always are. And toxin, next. So these causes damaged LDLs. Naturally raised food, if you're eating meat, grass-fed, butter, grass-fed, and dairy. Next. Nuts and seeds are good. Pistachio nuts. But be aware of pistachio nuts. You can't eat too many because it has a lot of calories. It has lots of calories. But if you buy good pistachio nuts, it's nice. Chia, hemp, walnut, and something called pili, which you find in the Philippines. Pili, you find it in the Philippines. Next. Leafy green vegetables, I've killed this. I've told you that so many times. Romaine, arugula. Not many people like arugula because it doesn't taste that well. Kale, chard, what else? Spinach. And Spinach is extremely good. Next. Other vegetables that you must use are broccoli, I told you that last week, cauliflower, cabbage. And the reason for bringing this back again, I want to let you know, cholesterol pill is not the way to go. This is the way to go. Try to cure your cholesterol by this methodology. This will help you quite a bit. Use leafy vegetables. Pepper. Pepper is very good. Hot red pepper is very good. Asparagus and cucumber. You can put a little bit of salt and pepper in the cucumber and you can eat it. But salt is not good, eh? Salt is not good and sugar is not good. Next, please. Don't forget your B vitamins. There's something which doctors don't measure in your blood. It's called homocysteine. And homocysteine is sometimes is genetically passed on and can cause lots of problems. Homocysteine, vitamin, the B vitamins are very good for this. B12, B6, folic acid. And B vitamins, that's it. Next one. That's it? That's it. Okay. The best B vitamin to use is something called niacin. N-I-A. I talked about it, I think last week. It's called B3. The reason for me to repeat this is because many people are coming to me and say, my doctor said I must be a cholesterol pill. I do their cholesterol test. The triglycerides are low, the HDL is high, but the LDL is high. LDL is okay. You can, if the LDL is high, you can still use it. Once your triglycerides are low, your HDL, which is your good cholesterol, is high. In Indians, most Indians, their HDL is below 1, which is bad. And HDL, you can make it, you can increase your HDL by exercise. Exercise is so important. And this is one thing that will, and have a calm mind. Believe me, the worst thing to have in this world, more than any of these things, is called stress. Once you stress about home, you stress about this, you stress about that, we have to adopt the policy. I am going to do my best, and what can I do? Wherever the chips fall, let it be. But you have to say to yourself, I will do my best, and free yourself from stresses. Next week, I will move from cholesterol and heart, and I will focus a little bit on colon, which I did talk about before, but I want to talk more about colon, colonoscopy, and then we'll go on again. So now we do Gita Dhyana. O Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam
Narayana Swayam
Vyasena Gatitan Purana Muninam
Madhye Mahabharatam
Advaitavitavarshinem Bhagavatem
Ashtadashadhyayinim
Amba Tvamanusandadami Bhagavat
Gite Bhagavadveshini
Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhim
Pullarvindayat Bhadranetra
Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Puram
Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipa
Prapalla Parijataya
Trotra Maitre Kapanaye
Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya
Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha
Sarvopanishado Bhavo
Dugda Gopala Nandana
Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhukta
Dugdam Gita Amritam Mahata
Vasudeva Sutam Devam
Kamsa Chanur Mardanam
Devaki Paramanandam
Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru
Bhishma Drona Tata Jayadata
Chala Gandhar Nilotpala
Salyagrahavate Kripena Vahane
Karne Navela Kula
Ashwatthama Vikarna Ghora Makara
दुर्योधनावर्तिनी
Sotira Kalupada Vairananadhi
कैवर्तक केशवा
Parasharya Vachas Saroja Mamalam
गीतार्थदण्डोत्कटम्
Dhanakyanaka Kesaram Harikatha
सम्बोधनामोदितम्
Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha
देवीयमानं मुदा
Oyad Bharata Pankajam Kalivala
त्वद्वंसिनं श्रेयसे
Mukam Karoti Vachalam
पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं
Yat Kripatamaham Vande
परमानन्दमाधवम्
Yang Brahma Varade Daruda Maruda
स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्ये समये
Vedai Sangha Parakramo Parashidai
गायन्ति यं सामगा
Yadang Vastiratagate Namarasa
पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो
Yasyatam Navidu Sura Suragara
देवाय तस्मै नमः
Oh, chapter 9, verse 22. This verse comes in Vishnu Sahasranam. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam
अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो माम्
Ye Jana Paryupasate
ये जनाः पर्युपासते
Teshang Nityabhiyuktanam
तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां
Yogakshemam Vahamyaham
योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्
Kshemam means protection. Vahamyaham means I carry it out. I carry out, Bhagavad Krishna is telling Arjuna. The words that I would like you to focus on is Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham, where he's saying that when you worship me, and you worship me exclusively, I will always protect you. But sometimes we forget to worship. Sometimes, and worshiping does not necessarily mean come in front of an altar and sit down and clean up the altar and put flowers. No, worshiping him means smaranam, remembering him. Smaranam, remembering him. Wherever you go, you remember him. And when you remember him and you focus upon him, at every step of our life, if we can do that, we would not forget to thank him. So many times we forget to thank him for the goodness that we have received in life. We thank everybody else, and then, oh, you know what? I should have thanked the Lord, I forgot. So here Bhagavad Krishna is telling Arjuna, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Paryupasate Teshang Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. And when you have to meditate upon me, and meditate upon me does not necessarily mean you must be in your puja room. Meditate upon me, you could be walking, doing meditation. You can sit by the lake, by the ocean, by wherever, under a tree. Once no coyote attacks you, because there are lots of coyote. Is it coyote? Lots of coyote in this place here today. You have to be careful. You know what a coyote is? Not the animal coyote. Human coyote. Another human coyote means those who have caused disturbances in your mind. Those are coyotes. People who cause disturbances in your mind is like a coyote. And they may be rabbit also, who knows. So, Bhagavad Krishna is saying, pray to me, Surrender to me, and I will never fail you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
हे दयामय आप ही संसार के आधार हो। हे दयामय आप ही संसार के आधार हो।
हे दयामय
आप ही
संसार के आधार हो। हे दयामय
आपके संसार के आधार
हो।
आप ही करतार हो, हम सबके पालनहार हो। आप ही करतार हो,
हम सबके पालनहार हो।
जन्मदाता आप ही, माता पिता भगवान हो।
धर्मदाता आप ही, माता पिता भगवान हो।
सर्व सुख दाता सखा, सर्व सुख दाता सखा, प्राता हो तन मन प्राण हो।
हे दयामय आप ही, संकल्प के बलवान।
आपके उपकार का हम ऋण चुके सकते नहीं। भजन से एक now you play what I don't want to play the आपके उपकार का हम ऋण चुका सकते नहीं. What you have done for me, oh my mother, I can never repay you. You know, when you don't understand Hindi, it's a little difficult. We don't have it in translation in English all the time, but just to let you know, आपके उपकार का हम ऋण चुके सकते नहीं, दीजिए वह शक्ति हो, दीजिए वह शक्ति हो, हम सदगुणे संसार में। मन हो मंजुल धर्ममय अरुतन लगे उपकार में, मन हो मंजुल धर्ममय अरुतन लगे उपकार में। हे दया मैं आप ही
संसार के आधार हो, आप ही संसार के आधार।
This next slide for those who understand Hindi. आप ही करता रहो. You are the one who does everything. हम सबके पालनहार हो. You tend to each and every one of us. जन्मदाता आप ही. You are the one who gives me birth. जन्मदाता आप ही. माता पिता भगवान हो. So you are my mother, you are my father. So in order to understand that verse, I do that one more verse. हे दयामय आप ही संसार के आधार।
हे दयामय आप ही संसार के आधार हो।
आपकी करतार हो, हम सबके पालनहार।
आप ही करतार हो, हम सबके पालनहार हो।
जन्मदाता आप ही, माता पिता भगवान हो।
जन्मदाता आप ही, माता पिता भगवान हो।
सर्व सुख दाता सखा, सर्व दुख दाता सखा, भ्राता हो तन मन प्राण हो।
हे दयामय आप ही संसार के आधार हो।
And this is how we are going to pray to the Divine Mother during the beautiful period of Navratri. Let Navratri comes in not only to the temple, but Navratri should come to each and every one of us, our hearts. And let us enjoy these beautiful days for the Divine Mother, Hanuman Chalisa.
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम हनुमान। ओ सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
प्रेम से बोलो हनुमान जी महाराज की जय। Very Prit Hanuman ji, you will not be a beggar of love, but you'll be a donor of love. Beautiful people are not always good. Beautiful people are not always good, but good people are always right. Right, Aman? Good people are always beautiful. Don't look at the superficial aspect. Look at the deeper aspect. Hanumanji does that for us. So many people come to see Hanumanji. So many people. Hanumanji has been there for 4 years, 5. Bulish, how long? How long Hanumanji is there over? Huh?
Almost 7.
7? Oh my God. Just look like the other day. Even in winter, people come and stand there and pray. They take off their shoes in the cold. It's an ardent devotee of Hanumanji. They come and they pray there, they go. From there they go. That's fine. So Hanumanji has really blessed our temple. And for those who are responsible for it, we hope Hanumanji bless them and keep them well. We are going to go into meditation. Prabhu ji, daya karo, मन में आदब सो तुम बिना लागे सुना
तुम बिना लागे सुना
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो
तंत्र पूजा नहीं जानो
तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानो
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानो
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानूं
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको
अब तो आकर बहादुरो
अब तो आकर बहादुरो
दया करो मन में आरबसो. We do 2 pranayams and they go into silence. Pranayam. Talk to God in your silence. Thank Him for everything in life. Thank Him for this lovely life that He has given us. This beautiful machinery called the human body. Thank Him.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्.
Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति.
Bhakti ke deep jalao,
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ.
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ.
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ.
दया से पीर मिटाओ.
अमृत रस बरसाओ. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम शांति शांति शांति.
जीवन को नित महकाओ.
जीवन को नित महकाओ.
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ.
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ.
हर संताप हटाओ.
नारायण को हर्षाओ. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम शांति शांति शांति.
ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सवीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. Hari Om. Have your hands together. Put over your face. Ask all that energy to come into you. Today's Priti Bhoj is sponsored by Parul Goel and family in memory of her father, the late Sri Ram Kishan Goel. We pray and ask Bhagwan to bless his Jivatma, wherever his Jivatma is. And we pray and ask, Om Karacharana Kritava, Kaya Jav Karva Java, Slavadayana Java, Manasava Paradav, Vetam Vahitava, Sarva Veta Kshavasva, Jai Jai Karunapte, Shri Mahadeva Shambho. Ahmadiyya Muslim Women's Organization present Interfaith Symposium, Empowerment of Women Through Their Faith, today from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Ahmadiyya Masjid Convention Hall, 10610 Jade Street, Maple. Next. What?
If somebody wants to go.
Next. The Navratri starts on Tuesday to March 30th. Wednesday, right? Wednesday. ये क्या हुआ इसको? Wednesday is March 22nd in any case. The date is right, but the day is wrong. It is Punjabi. The day is right. The date is right, but the day is wrong.
Okay. God impressive.
Good, next. I don't know. Is this right?
ये डेट ठीक है.
Oh. Durgashtami, Wednesday, March 29th. Chandi Havan at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. At 6 o'clock, Durga Puja, Devi Chauki, Bhet and Aarti. Sunday 26th, what about Ram Navami? We skip that?
आएगी बाद में है ना. मार्च के.
Oh, okay. Sunday 26th of March, Jara Bhajan. Next. Thursday, March 30th is
ठीक है.
Ram Navami. That is right?
Yeah.
Okay.
डेट ठीक है.
So we start at 7:30. That's 7 o'clock. When Prabhat is starting over, we start in his bed. We'll start at 7:30 in the morning. Next. Hanuman Jayanti is on the 5th, but we'll do Ram Katha on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I don't know where he gets his. Who gave you these dates?
दीपक.
Deepak.
Yeah.
He's a new Pandit here? Okay. The Ramayana Katha is on Monday, the 3rd, Tuesday the 4th, and conclude on the Hanuman Jayanti, 5th of April. Wednesday, 5th of April is Satyanarayana Katha, and then there's, what do you call it? The Hanuman Jayanti is on the 5th. All these dates are so ulta-pulta. Now let me go back. We have a Khand Ramayana part starting on Tuesday 4th, right? From 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. I will conclude the next day. Good. Next. We have our medical clinic downstairs. Next. Summer camp. Next. Oh, Turkey. We have sent, you have the video? Go ahead. 5,000 pounds of material we sent to Turkey. Tents. Tents. Sleeping bags. Whoever is speaking there, but here it is. I'm telling what it is. Tents, sleeping bags, blankets. It has all gone on the Turkish Airlines, and it has arrived in Turkey. So for those who gave us any money, we bought these things and we have sent them to Turkey. Now, hopefully, it will get into the right hands. But for that, we can't. Now I'll ask Daman to say a few words about the two things that is happening. Please.
My brothers and sisters, I greet you this morning in the name of Lord Krishna. I see Doc went and he basked in the sunshine and he came back with a tan. You had a good time?
Yep.
That's important. My friends, this week that just went by, we had a meeting on Thursday night to plan the conference, You and the Law, and we are reaching out to a number of other temples, hoping that they can come and they can participate. As I indicated last week, we want the attendance at this conference to be outstanding. The people are donating their time on that Saturday morning. It's April 22nd. We're a month away. We should encourage our children, our parents. Bring the children, please. It will be very educational. Then on Friday night, Doc, we had a meeting with the golf tournament. You had promised 10 foursomes, right?
Yeah, we do this.
We only need 6 from you.
Oh, thank you.
But
Great.
the $1,500 foursomes are gone.
Okay, so what is it now?
25 and 5.
Okay.
Okay. The tournament is,
It's all for the dialysis clinic.
all the monies are going for the dialysis center in Guyana. The meeting was very successful. We have commitments so far. These are commitments from 30 individuals that they will be bringing foursomes. It means the tournament is almost sold out. This is 3 months in advance. We will still be collecting money for whole sponsors, because the more money we collect, the more money will come into the coffer, and we can do more things in Guyana. On a personal note, Doc, this week I received an invitation to go to Niagara Falls, and I went and I saw the show Mahabharata. It was wonderful. There's a young man, Anand Rajaram, playing Lord Krishna. He was absolutely brilliant. The hall was sold out.
I think we should encourage people to support that show, if I may cut into Davan's talk. And one of our own is a major part of that show, and he's Hashil Lodia. He's a major part of that show.
The show is running for another week, and then there is some suggestion that Broadway will pick it up.
Oh.
It is a fantastic show. If you have the time tickets are available during the week. Weekends are sold out. If you have the time, I strongly encourage you to go and support them.
I would have said I'd go Wednesday night, but Wednesday is Navratri.
And Monday nights is Lord Shiva Puja, and Tuesday night, yeah, okay.
So I'll go to.
I encourage you. The theater was full. Lots of Americans came over, and they were, they're chatting and talking, and they're all very, very impressed. So, the youth conference, You and the Law, please encourage people to come out, and the golf tournament on Friday night of this week. My mother is celebrating her 86th birthday. The golf tournament is being done in her honor, and hopefully by Friday night we'll be able to announce that the golf tournament is fully sold out. Doc has to get the remaining 6 foursomes. Thank you.
Done. Okay, thank you. I told somebody here that our temple always do RT at 12 o'clock, but I did not put in Daman's time in there. So the gentleman is sitting right in front of me, and I tell him that this temple, 12 o'clock is RT. So, Shri Radhe Govind, the Bhajamana Shri Radhe Radhe.
Shri Radhe Govind, Bhaj Man Shri Radhe.
Oh, Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Radhe.
Oh Radhe Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Radhe.
Shri Radhe Govind, the Bhajamana Shri Radhe.
Oh Radhe Shri Radhe Govind, Bhaj Man Shri Radhe. जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे
जनों के संकट नाश जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे जो ध्यावे फल पावे दुख विनशे
मन का स्वामी दुख विनसे मन का
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तन का ओम जय जगदीश हरे
मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण ग्रहु में किसकी
स्वामी शरण पढ़ो मैं किसकी
तुम बिना और न दूजा
प्रभु बिन और न दूजा
आश करूं मैं किसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा तुम
अंतर्यामी
स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी
पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर
पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता
स्वामी तुम पालन करता
मैं मूरख खल कामी
मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी
कृपा करो भरता ओम जय
जगदीश हरे
तुम हो
एक अगोचर
सबके
प्राणपति
सबके मिलो दया में किसको
मैं कुमति
ओम जय जगदीश हरे दीन बंधु दुख हरता ठाकुर तुम मेरे अपने हाथ उठाओ अपने शरण लगाओ द्वार पड़ा में तेरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे विषय विकार मिटाओ पाप हरो देवा शरणागति बढ़ाओ संतन की सेवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे धन मन धन सपने तेरा स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा तेरा तुझको अर्पण क्या लागे मेरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे
I just want to acknowledge Roy Dubey, who did all the work in the collecting of all the goods and made sure it went on the plane, etc. Because I was in Guyana. Roy did a fantastic job, and we should give a big round of applause. Thank you.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलिए महाविष्णु जी भगवान की जय। धर्म की जय हो, अधर्म का नाश हो, प्राणियों में सद्भावना हो, विश्व का कल्याण हो। हर हर महादेव। शंभो शिव शिव शिव। पंडित जी मैं जाता हूँ। हाँ हाँ जी जी।
We'd like to wish Mitra Isun a very happy birthday. Jai Radha Madhav, Jai Kunja Bihar. Mitra, come this side. Raju bhai, happy birthday.
To you, happy birthday to you. Is it coming? Here's my Balaji. बार बार दिन ये आए, बार बार दिल ये गाए, तुम जियो हजारों साल, ये मेरी है आरज़ू। हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू, आहा, हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू, आहा, हैप्पी बर्थडे डियर मित्रा जी, हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू। ओके।
बाबा के